There we go. There we go. Welcome in, everybody. My name, as RC said, and RC, thank you for that warm introduction. It is appreciated. Welcome in, everybody. Good evening. You're in for a treat tonight. And for if you're first time here, you're going to see a great presentation. But if you're second or third time, you're going to see something new tonight. We've been working hard in the background for you guys, and we wanted to make the presentation even more palatable, even more digestible, more understandable. And I think that's what we've done. Now, this may not be the final version, but I just got this version about an hour ago. So I do know it's pretty clean on typos. I think we're good there. All the numbers are correct, but there may be a few glitches here and there. So I need you to work with me on the presentation. I'm going to do my best to deliver it for you and put it in a way that resonates with you. Hopefully, that's what we're looking for. Hopefully, by the end of tonight, you're going to want to really thank the person who invited you tonight because, as RC said in the intro, I do love seeing people succeed. And I can tell you this: if you decide to plug in with us here in this opportunity, you will succeed. This is one of those that really, if you just have right here functioning digits, if your fingers and thumbs work, and you've got an internet connection in either a phone, a tablet, or a laptop, you can be very successful in this platform. That's really all it takes. That's it. So, with that said, I'm going to start a little differently tonight. I'm going to share my screen right out of the gate. We're going to get this out of the way, and we're going to go full screen for you guys. There we go. And we're going to get this baby started. So, let's start with why we're here tonight. What are we looking at? What is this all about, Russ? Well, this is about clicking, watching, and earning. A new perspective on the digital advertising economy. Very, very simple. Guys, this is like a paint by numbers opportunity. Now, every day, billions of people click, watch, and engage. And where do they engage? They engage everywhere across the internet. Where? On platforms like Google, on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, right? And your attention has value, but who's profiting from your attention? With every click you make, with every view, with every interaction, which helps power today's digital economy, right? But are you ever receiving a check from Google, YouTube, Facebook, X, for your participation on their platform? Well, what if ordinary people like you, me, and everybody else on this Zoom could participate as well and maybe earn a little something while they're doing it? Now, here's a simple way to participate in digital advertising. Digital advertising with your participation, that's the big one right in the middle, equals predictable crypto earnings. That's what you're going to see tonight. That's what I'm going to go through in about the next 20 or 25 minutes. So this is traditional advertising. You got businesses, advertising platforms, and consumers. What ClickBaitPays offers is businesses, the advertising platform, but it's where you, the members, participate and earn. On the left-hand side, as a consumer, you're not earning. You're not making anything from all your time spent on all your social medias across the day, right? Nothing. You don't get a check at the end of the month. Well, here you can create earnings every single day. And it's really, really simple. Click, watch, and earn. A simple process with repeated consistency that delivers results. So, guys, now, before we ever joined this platform, when I say we, I say me and my business partner, Jacob Stash. One of these days, you guys are going to meet. A lot of you already know him, but for anybody new here, you haven't met him yet. We call him the Stash for an obvious reason. When you see him, you will know he's the Stash by his stash. But before Jacob and I ever joined a platform, we asked one question. Well, who is Dennis Garan? Dennis is the owner, creator, founder of what you're viewing right now, ClickBaitPays, okay? And for Jacob and I, this stems over the past 4 years where we become very good at vetting platforms and opportunities. Why? Because like many of you here tonight, and you can all commiserate with me on this one, we've been burned. we've been taken, right? We've been scammed. We've had the rug pulled on us. Whatever term you want to use, it's happened. And I'm not immune to that. It's happened to me as well. And some of them cut deeper than others. And one in particular cut really deep. It happens, no matter how discerning you can be. But with that comes wisdom-based experience that helps you as you move forward, vet just a little bit closer, just to examine something maybe from a different angle or vantage point, which helps you pick up on what you're actually viewing. So, guys, our vetting list is massive now. And the only way we join an opportunity, because we get many across our desk, like probably you do too, every week, is by getting in front of the owner or creator or founder. If we don't have an audience with him or her, whether it's in person or over Zoom with cameras on, and they can't satisfy answering our questions, then we pass. It's really, really simple. Now, here's the benefit we had here with Dennis, the owner of ClickBaitPays. We had 14 months with him, getting to know him on a very personal level prior to ClickBaitPays. Well, how did that happen? Well, we got introduced by a very close connection of mine, a very trusted friend of mine, that, hey, I think you want to check out this private opportunity, this private community of people. There's not very many in there, and it's really quite unique. I said, sure, because a mind is like a parachute, right? It only works when it's open. I'm always open to take a look. It doesn't mean I'm always going to engage, but I'll take a look. So I came into Dennis's private community, and there's only 400 members in there. And by the way, this has nothing to do with ClickBaitPays, but I like to give you the background so you understand. You should want to know who the creator of the platform you're potentially joining is and where his heart is, what's his background. And I'm going to take you through all that. So for 14 months, I came in, not all observing. The first month or so I observed. I watched how he interacted with the community, how he handled not only success, that part's easy. Anybody can handle success, right? Woohoo, we're winning, we're making money. But how does he handle it when there's a little bit of adversity? There's challenges in the marketplace constantly, right? And that creates challenges when it comes to payments. And how does he manage that? How does he work with the community? How does he handle that? Is he transparent? Does he show everything? And more importantly, does he work through it? Does he provide solutions? Does he ultimately get you there, even if it took you longer than what it was he promised you in the beginning? And that was the Dennis we got to know. I call him, he's a personal friend of mine now. As a matter of fact, I'm getting on a plane in 2 days, and Jacob and I are going to meet him in Dallas, Texas, and take him and his lovely wife out to dinner. I'm going to give him the biggest hug a person has ever given somebody, because he's changed my life for me, personally, financially, in many different ways. Dennis has done that. So now, am I saying, well, we should just take Russ's opinion? No, you should be discerning on your own. I'm just helping you understand what it did for me in getting to know him in a private capacity over a long period of time. And over that time, my confidence in Dennis grew and grew and grew. Because here's what I came to know about Dennis. He's like a utility knife. He's like a jack of all trades. Okay. He's been making money online and from home for 20 years now. Okay. And a lot of the 400 people in that private community that I'm a part of, which is now closed to the public, they got to witness it as well. Dennis makes money in many different ways. Okay. Like I said, a utility knife. He's a trader. He's in crypto. He buys low, he sells high. He does stocks in certain niches. And he has a unique talent for finding the right niches, right? He does regular trading. He does day trading. He does all kinds of different things that enables him to turn 1,000 into 3,000 and do that over and over and over again. And he's proven that to me personally over 14 months. Now, during that 14 months, this was the cool part. He brought up the idea of ClickBaitPays, and he started like we were the incubator for it. He was sharing the idea of the platform and where he wanted to take it and what it could represent for not only the 400 member community. And by the way, a lot of those 400 people have been around Dennis for over 20 years. And there's no dirt on Dennis. There's no garbage. There's no, oh, well, he's scammed people in these platforms. Now, there's nothing like that on Dennis. You won't find it out there. You won't find it. Okay. So 14 months wisdom-based experience, and then the incubator where he's walking us through his idea for ClickBait Pays, which came from something he was involved in 20 years ago that was wildly successful, that he reverse engineered that model and made it even better. And that's what ClickBait Pays is today. So now character matters to me. I don't know about you, but the character of a person matters more than anything to me. Dennis is 67 years old. He lives in Dallas, Texas. That's where we're flying on Friday. He's been a philanthropist for 40 years, legally blind, partially deaf, and he has a heart for helping people with disabilities, people who are disadvantaged, people in third world countries. He's helped a community over in third world countries with clean water, school supplies, helping building schools, like all different kinds of projects he's been, and especially the blind community in and around Dallas and other parts of the country as well. This is what the man has been doing pretty much his entire life. That lays a track record for you, and it's a very consistent, very meaningful, very God centered track record. And that's important to me, and I hope it's important to you. That is the man behind the platform. Now, why ClickBait Pays? Well, it's a proven concept. It's, like I said earlier, it's reimagined for today from something that happened 20 years ago. Dennis made a mental note, someday, because that was with payment processors from a centralized financial community that had influence over your platform. Here, this is crypto in and crypto out, right? They can't touch it, which is beautiful. It's not market dependent. This isn't trading. This isn't emotional, right? It's not someone gambling with your money that has a bad day and could potentially blow your entire account. I think a lot of us have been there. This is, like I said, 20 years in the making. It's not something he just cooked up a couple of months ago and said, let's give it a whirl. He's been engineering this for 20 years and waiting for the right opportunity. And here we are. Like I said, wisdom-based experience and built for the long term with sustainability and scalability in mind. So guys, how do you get started if you have interest? Well, I'm going to take you through everything, but here's a starting point. There are 7 levels here of digital advertising campaigns that you purchase. And each of the levels has a cost that you purchase, and each has a set number of ads that you're going to view where you get to earn from every ad you view. Okay? Here's the breakdown right in front of you. Now, there's a budget that fits for everybody here. You get in where you fit in. All the way from level 1 at just $13, all the way up to a level 7 at $2,400, and everywhere in between. A place for everybody to start. And you can progress no matter where you start, because the goal is to eventually get to a level 7. That's the biggest bang for your buck, right? Without question. But it doesn't mean if you can't start there, well, don't leverage something and don't use a rent payment or a mortgage payment to come in and do that. Never do that. Get in where you can afford to get in and build from that point forward. Now, with each level in ClickBait Pays, there is a one-time activation fee. You see that on the right-hand side for each level. It's relative to that level. Now, why an activation fee? Well, that's part of the sustainability of the platform. That's a word you're going to hear a lot through the presentation. Get used to it, because and by the end of the day, sustainability should put a smile on your face, because why? Because it means this platform is designed to be around for a while, right? Not go away after a few months because somebody didn't get the math right, which happens all the time in this space. Dennis got the math right. He's figured it out. From day one when this launched on May 12th, it's operated seamlessly and flawlessly, okay? And it's changing people's lives by the week. It's incredible what's happening. So you see the cost of the levels. You can start to kind of visualize where, if this excites you by the end, you may want to get started. And then the activation fee. Now, the activation fee, let me just say this. It is one time. That's it. So think of it as like you pay the fee to open up that level. Now, no matter where you start, you just pay it on that level one time. But for example, if you do start at, let's say you start at level 3, you buy a $150 campaign, which will earn you X. We're going to get to that in a moment. Okay, and you pay the one-time activation fee of $15. When you buy level 3 again, or you repurchase it again from your earnings, you're never going to pay the $15 again. Okay. However, If you then bump up and go to level 4, because you run a few cycles, you have enough now in total from your earnings to now buy a level 4, you then have to pay the one-time activation fee for level 4 of $30, but you'll never pay it again. So as you're progressing through each level, if that's what you're doing, just know the one-time activation fee will have to be paid, but it's just one time, and then you're good. So this comes up in question and answer all the time. Well, what if I step away from clickbait and then come back? And I come back at a level 4. Do I have to pay the one-time activation because I've been gone for a month or two? No, you don't. You've already paid it. It's one time. Now, I don't know why you would want to disappear for a month or two. Hopefully that's not the case. But if that happened, you don't pay it again. It's not built on a time delay or anything like that. So always start where you're comfortable. Now, every campaign follows this very simple same formula, right? 12 days. Every campaign you purchase has a 12-day cycle, no matter if it's a level 1, a 4, or a 7. Runs for 12 days. You're clicking ads, so many ads for 12 days straight. And all of those ads are only 15 seconds. Okay, every time you click on one, and we'll show you some ads at the end of the presentation, how to do it. It's very, very simple. Like I said, paint by numbers. It opens in a new tab. Okay. Now, if the ad interests you, there's all different kinds of ads on the platform. And as the membership base grows, they're getting more and more diverse. Pretty cool, right? There's some things that I look at and I save. You can save ads, and it goes into your little save ads part of your back office. So if you like what you see, but you don't have time to look at it now because you want to click all your ads and earn your predictable earnings, that's all good. You can go back and view it later. That's pretty cool. Or if you have no interest in the ad, like it's something you're never gonna participate in, well, you just click off it. That's all. You don't have to leave it up for the full 15 seconds. And then when you go back to ClickBait Pays, because it's just one tab over, you're going to see the countdown timer go from 15 seconds down to 0. And then you just click, earn and confirm. And then boom, that's registered in your earned wallet immediately. Bam. Simple, predictable, and consistent. Now, there is a 3-account campaign rule. What do I mean by that? Well, meaning you can't have any more than 3 active campaigns in your one account at any one time. Could you just have one? Absolutely. Could you just do 2 campaigns? Absolutely. Could you do 3? Yes, you can do 3. Could you do 4 or more? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. It's just 3. That's not going to change. Like I said, Dennis has the formula nailed. It's 3 accounts. That's it. Now, I want to call out this example. This is important. Sometimes people get this confused. You can see in this example for these 3 level 7s, it's day 8 of 12. Like I said, they're all 12-day cycles, 12 days of clicking. This is day 8 of 12. So it's 2/3 of the way through the campaign. Now, let's just assume this was day 12. These all said 12 of 12 and all the ads were viewed. This would go into a 7-day holding. And it would not be active because you're done clicking. You're not clicking anymore. Okay. So right at that point is when you can, if you so choose, repurchase, no matter what level you're on, what campaigns you're doing, you can repurchase those saved campaigns. Now, you can't do it from your earned wallet because that's waiting to be released. So you'd have to deposit external capital one time to do that. We call that the ninja method because that gets you clicking what? Every single day of the month. Instead of clicking for 12, waiting for 7, clicking for 12, waiting for 7, you're clicking every day of the month. You take your earnings up to somewhat of an exponential level. It definitely adds some flavor to what you're doing here. We can cover more of that later. But 3 active campaigns is what you can do at any one time in your account. Now, purchasing your campaign, let's review the steps here. Pretty simple. Very straightforward in your back office. And by the way, we have a getting started guide. We'll share with you later a link to it that walks you through all of this and then some. So what you do to purchase a campaign is you deposit your crypto, if you have it, in your MetaMask, in your Exodus, in your SafePal, in your Trust Wallet, and you're good to go, right? You know what level you want to come in at, all good. The deposit takes a few minutes. It's really simple, straightforward in your back office. Or another way to join is you can receive a PIF from a fellow community member, either your sponsor or someone else in the community that you're in touch with or your sponsor's in touch with. that has a reserve in their available balance. They have enough to PIF you. You guys work out the payment. They send you a PIF. Bam. You purchase your campaign, right? Now, what is the only thing you have to do once you purchase your campaign? Really simple. This is the only little bit of work you got to do besides clicking your ads to earn. You add a title right here in your URL you're going to promote. Well, you might be saying right now, well, what do I promote? Do they give me a site to promote? No, because you don't want to promote your ClickBaitPays site because everybody's already in. That would be silly, right? But you can literally promote anything else. And I do mean anything, like your favorite charity, a church, a local business. Maybe you have another affiliate business you'd like to promote your affiliate link to. Great. Maybe you're in an MLM with a product-based opportunity. You want to put that link in there. Awesome. Whatever it is, you can put the URL in there. So you just paste that link in, you add a title. The title can be one word. It can be 3 or 4 words. That's it. And you hit purchase. Okay, then you're going to activate, and then you start clicking and earning. It's really, really simple. A few simple steps to get started. Now, daily participation. You're clicking, you're watching or viewing, and you're earning. And then you're done for the day in just a few minutes a day. That's it, guys. Now, the process, it's a 12-day campaign of clicking, like I said. Then we go into a 7-day holding, which we've come to find out is actually only 6 days. So it's not 19 days in total, it's 18. It's a little bit of a bonus there. You got that 7-day holding in your earn wallet. After that 6 days, it actually moves into your available balance. And then what can you do at that point? You repurchase so you can rinse and repeat. And then there's earnings in there left over after your repurchase. And depending on the level you just completed, there's a little bit of earnings or a lot of earnings, right? Level 1, a little bit, level 7, a lot. You can go ahead and withdraw that. Now, if you decide to withdraw, which you're more than welcome to do once a week, okay, it's a 10% withdrawal fee. Why a 10% withdrawal fee? Again, part of the sustainability of the platform. That's an income maker for the platform. We should smile over that, giving up 10%. That helps the platform for the longevity so we can keep benefiting from this over and over and over. And the 10% fee will calculate right in front of you when you go to withdraw. So nothing complicated, very, very simple. And it takes 24 to 48 hours to receive your withdrawal. Pretty simple. Now, let's start talking about earnings, daily earnings per level. I like to break this down for people so they can see, like, okay, I see the cost for the levels, but what's in it for me? Like, what do I get from this if I run a level 1, 2, or 3? So first, you're watching and viewing 3 ads, whether you purchase a level 1, a level 2, or a level 3. Okay? On a level 1, you're earning 48 cents per click for every ad you view. And what's this little 5 cents right here underneath it? That goes to the sponsor every time you view that ad. So in total for the 3 ads, you're earning a day 144 on level 7 and is going to your sponsor 15 cents. Now on level 2, that goes up, kicks up to 8.49 a day with almost $1 going to your sponsor. On level 3, you're earning 16.20 a day with $1.80 going to your sponsor. Those are the first 3 levels. These are daily numbers. Let's take a look at the upper tier levels, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You got 5 ads on level 4, 6 on level 5, 10 on level 6, and, typo. Kathy, make a note of this, please. 20 on level 7. See what I mean? We just got this an hour ago. We missed it. 20 ads on level 7, okay? Here's what you're earning per click, and then total for the day on level 4 is $32.40. To your sponsor goes $3.60. For a level 5, almost $65 for the day, and $7.20 goes to your sponsor. Level 6, almost $130 for the day, almost $15 going to your sponsor. And finally, level 7, the Big Daddy, you're earning $2.70 a day with $30 going to your sponsor. All right. Now, let's take that out a little bit and expand it. Let's look at the full 12-day cycle, what that would do for you by level. Okay. So I'll read this, I'll read you through this. So right here is what level one will earn over the 12 days in total. Right here is the cost of the campaign I shared with you earlier. And over to the right is your net earned when you subtract, simply subtract the cost from the earnings, right? That's your net earned, and $1.80 goes to the sponsor. Level two, 10, almost 102, less the cost of 77. So you're netting about $25 on level two for that 12-day cycle, with just over $11 going to your sponsor. Level three, almost 195 over the 12 days, less the 150 cost. So you're netting just about $45 for the 12-day, with 20, almost 22 going to your sponsor. Let's take a look at the next four, level four, five, six, and seven. They start to get a little bit juicier. Obviously, the higher you go. Through almost 389 earned, less the 300, you're netting almost $90, 43 to the sponsor. 777 earned, less the 600, you're at about 178 net earnings, with 80, almost 87 going to the sponsor. Level six, 1555, less the 1200 cost, almost 360, with one almost 75 going to the sponsor. And finally, level seven, 3240 earned, less the 2400 costs. That's 840 net earned for the 12 days, with 360 going to the sponsor. And again, this just represents one campaign for these levels. Okay. So hopefully that starts to put things in perspective for you guys. Now, you can share it if you so choose. ClickBait offers a simple, very simple to understand, one level affiliate program that pays 10% on every ad that's clicked and viewed. So there's you, there's your direct referral or enrollee, one level only, 10% on every ad clicked. And it's optional, guys. It's never required. Okay. So I want to make this clear right here at this point. This is a platform for both or a combination thereof. So you can come on here, you can purchase some advertising campaigns on various levels, and you can earn all on your own with never telling a single soul. Okay. So if you feel like you burnt out your network, even though we never do for genuine opportunities, right? You never want to not share something that works and can change somebody's life just simply because of past experiences. But that's your call. You don't have to enroll anybody here to have predictable earnings from your campaigns, which is awesome. It's fantastic. So there's a home for everybody. But if you do want to share and you get a little bit excited, even if you didn't want to share in the beginning, but you're enjoying what you're seeing every single day and every single cycle and what's happening in your life, you may want to start to tell a few people. Cool. You can do that. And you can be rewarded for that one level at 10%. And it can add up quickly, guys, like I've never seen before. So now let's talk about some house rules. The 3-account household rule that I like to make sure everybody understands and has a clear picture of this, because it's important, and they track this with the admin team at ClickBaitPays. There's a maximum of 3 accounts per household or per IP address. Your household represents an IP. If you don't know what IP address is, go ahead and look it up in Google after. Just make a note of that, and it'll explain it pretty well. But 3 accounts per household. Each account would need to be under a different name. That's what Dennis wants to see, with a different email address for the people living in that house, right? Makes sense. Because why? Dennis wants to make sure the sponsor doesn't get cut out, because it is only one level, and it prevents stacking. So in other words, if you came in and you had your, I don't know, sisters or brothers in the house, and instead of signing them up, and by the way, and I'll make a note of this, this needs to be added to the slide, by the way, Cal, just make a note that all 3 accounts need to be signed up under the original account sponsor. Okay, so in other words, I can't come in, have my link, and then sign up my wife and daughter under me, because we're all in the same house. That's against house rules. It's not allowed. They'll find that out. Don't be one of those where it has to get found out. Just do it the right way from the beginning and sign the accounts up under your sponsor, because your sponsor is the one who introduced you to this and the one you thanked. Okay. So you don't want to cut them out, because that's the way they earn from that one level affiliate program. Now, anybody outside of your house Like kids, they're grown up now. They're out of the house. They live on their own. Sign them up under your link. They're not living in your house. Totally fine to do that. But those are the rules for three household accounts. Okay? Moving on. We click, we watch, we earn, we repurchase, that rinse and repeat, and then withdraw the predictable earnings that are left over after the repurchases, which can be quite hefty as you go up in levels, right? And then share if you want, and then just rinse and repeat, paint by numbers. Why we're excited? Well, what we have here is very simple, very transparent. You know exactly what you're doing, you know where the money's coming from, you know how it's being earned, and it's built for the long term with indefinite sustainability, which is fantastic and what Dennis has put together. So if you're ready to learn more, you have questions, well, get with your sponsor. They introduce you, they know what's going on. Get your questions answered. Now, we will have a Q&A at the end here coming up in just a bit. But really, what would avoid 90% of the questions that go into the Telegram group for ClickBait Pays? If somebody just took 10 minutes and read through the Getting Started guide, it would eliminate 90% of the questions that go in there. And we're going to share that with you in the chat shortly if it isn't there already. And then, of course, ClickBait Pays support. They are fantastic. The admin team is second to none. I would put them up against anybody. They're very diligent, they're very professional, and learn to be kind to them because they're taking care of you. So that's so important. Now, important considerations as I wrap up. I'm not a financial advisor. What I gave tonight, I should have said this in the beginning, is certainly not financial advice. Nothing I said tonight should be construed as financial advice. I'm just a member enjoying the platform and the fruits of it and what it's bringing me and my family and my network. And you could be too if it's right for you. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. You can come in and join for free if you so choose and get in the Telegram group and observe and watch what's going on. I wouldn't wait too long because you could be clicking right out of the gate and earning. Don't wait too long, but participate responsibly. Don't ever put in more than you can afford to lose, is what I like to say. But I will say this with ClickBait, and again, not financial advice. I have never been a part of a platform where you can recover your seed purchases, what you started with, so quickly. Okay, am I unmuted? Am I
Yes, you
good?
are. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I've never been a part of a platform where you can recover your seed purchase so quickly in under 2 months. Typically, platforms out there, we've all been a part of them. First of all, they require usually a lot more capital than what we're talking about here because there's a budget for everybody here. And there's usually a lock-in period, right, where your funds aren't available to you for months. And it takes you 4 to 12 months to get your seed capital back out. Not the case here. And that's what I love. An additional thing I love about ClickBait Pays. Now, click, watch, and earn. Or as if Al Howell was on, I'd love to hear his voice right now. Click, baby. Just click. So, guys, with that, I'm going to stop sharing. You've all just witnessed the first inaugural deck presentation of ClickBait Pays. Now I'm going to turn it over to RC and see where we want to go from here, RC.
Well, I think that was exciting, and it was a great inaugural also presentation. So, what we're going to do at this particular time, do you think we should do a show and tell, or maybe
Yeah, do we have
only
somebody who has
take?
ads?
Well, let's just check and see. Is there anyone out there? Penelope, are you out there today? Rania, anyone that's out there that may have ads that need to be clicked for today? If so, we'd love to hear from you. Because I think the presentation was real to the point. It said that you click it and you earn it. You know what I mean? And but if anyone is out there who would love to do a show and tell, we would appreciate it.
The one thing
Anyone?
I'll do, oh, did somebody speak up?
Not yet. I don't see anyone.
Okay, I thought I heard something. Let me set something up here. I can go through while we're waiting on that and show. Let me share my screen again. I don't want to show my back office guys because the numbers are large at this point, and I don't want that to come across as enticement. And that's one of the reasons why we went to the deck. But I can show you because I'm on this page. This is where, right here, let me move this out of the way. This is where you purchase ad campaigns. How did I get to this page? Right over here in your left-hand side navigation, buy ad campaigns. I just wanted to quickly show you how to set up an ad. This won't show you how to view it, but how you purchase an ad. So if I was coming in and I was going to click on level one and purchase this campaign, I just click this button. It's going to pull up. Oh, it logged me up. All right. I'm going to log back in. 1 second, guys. Maybe you can pull somebody to view ads if you found them.
No one has notified me yet. I'm still looking. Is
Okay,
there anyone
one
out there
moment.
that needs to, who is this? This as am I?
Okay.
Don't see anyone yet.
I'm going to reshare my screen. And this is good because I actually didn't cover this, and we'll add this into the presentation as well. Guys, I just logged back in, and these are called login ads. And let me get this out of the way. So right here, move it again. Boy, Zoom's giving me fits tonight. This is what's called a login ad. So every time you log into your account for the first time for the day, in the morning, at night, whenever, you're going to see this. It's a login ad. This is the title. This is the ad. You click. This would be just like if you were viewing an ad where you're going to get paid for viewing an ad. Login ads are not commissionable. This is a moneymaker for the platform. There's that word again, sustainability. This is pure profit for Dennis and the platform. And we love that because we want this to be around for a long time. So I open the ad. It's going to open in a new tab, as you can see. And this is what the ad is advertising. Now, in my opinion, this is the example, unless there's more. Nope, this is it, of not a good ad. And I apologize if somebody is on that this is their ad and they're viewing this. No offense intended. This is not a good ad because what does it tell me? Really not a lot. And it just seems like it wants me to just register and just trust that this is the best thing since sliced bread. Well, that's not how I operate, nor should you. So I wouldn't have any interest in this. I'm just going to click off it. And you can see the timer has gone down. Now, login ads are different than the ads you view and earn from, where they're, like I said, 15 seconds. This was 30. But because I was talking so much, the 30 seconds disappeared. And now I can go into my dashboard. All right. So you're going to see those login ads. That's a money maker for the platform. And I just did what I didn't want to do. Oh, boy. That's what happens when you got to log in again. Guys, just give me 1 second. I'll reset it. There we go. Share screen. Boom. I'm back. Okay. So now we're going to purchase a level one ad campaign. I click here and it shows me, yep, you got sufficient balance. You're ready to go. Here's the little bit of work. And I covered this on a slide, but didn't show it to you. This is the little bit of work. You put in an ad title and then you paste in your URL for the site you want to advertise. That's it. And again, this seems to always come up during question and answer. So I'm going to cover it again. What site are you advertising? If that's your question, like, oh, you're paying, I don't know what I want to advertise. It can literally be anything except for alcohol and the P word that I'm not going to say. That's it, because the admin team won't approve those. You can literally advertise another affiliate business. Are you an affiliate of Best Buy, Home Depot? Plug that in there. Amazon, plug in your link or a page you want to promote. If you're you're in another MLM or product-based opportunity, put in your link. Make sure it's a good link though, like a landing page link that's going to walk people through, like give them a little bit about what it is and you know the benefits of what they would be buying into or purchasing, right? I use a professional landing page for the opportunity I promote. Now, if it's nothing to do with business, you like I said, you could put in a charity, you could put in a local business. Where do you get your hair cut? Where's your hairdresser? Where do you get your nails done? Do you get pedicures? You know, if you're happy with them and they do a great job for you, promote their business. You can plug in their link and then put a little title. You click confirm purchase. It's then going to take you to the activation. You pay that one-time activation fee, and then you can immediately start clicking and earning. Okay? So hopefully that helps. I'm going to stop sharing. And if we don't have any ads to view, that's okay. We'll just go right to Q&A.
Sounds like one to me. Hold on one second. Let me stop this and then we'll restart it if you know what I mean.